What's going on, guys? Crypto Hoy here with a quick update on IMPT token. So I'm going to try to be brief and just go straight to the point on this AMA that they had like a couple days ago, actually a few days ago on January 12th. Now, overall, I think it did very well on the message, on the information, but there are some things that are still questionable on this AMA and some information that was given out. So the first thing I want to kind of cover here that they talked here in the AMA is about the $15 million, or should I say million euros, that they made a deal with Thallo. I believe that is how it's pronounced. So they have here on Twitter that the big news of today, and remember this is actually on January 16th, sorry. So just a couple days ago or 3 days ago, and they have made it this deal that IMPT token purchased 50 million euros in carbon credits for Thallo, and this is worth of carbon credits over the next 10 years. So it sounds good, it sounds great, but here's some things that we need to know about Thallo, whoever it's pronounced. The first thing is that this right here is not even out yet. I mean, it's out here on the website, but look, it says request beta access. So it's not out for the public yet. It's still like in testing. Okay, those are things to keep in mind. But what is Thallo? What do they do? And so the best way that I can kind of describe this in one sentence is this. They're pretty much a carbon credit exchange combined with cryptocurrency. I guess that if I were to put everything in just one sentence, that's what this kind of looks like. And what can you do here? Well, right here, it has three categories. It has for businesses, for individuals, and also for project developers. And pretty much what this can allow you to do is exchange carbon credits. You can buy and sell just like a normal exchange. But this time you can use, you could buy it either with a credit card or using cryptocurrency. And here's the part where it kind of gets a little bit interesting. So it says sell carbon credits. So pretty much it says here that straightforward interface makes it easy for project developers to seamlessly upload carbon credits from any major registry. And this major registry is kind of it's referring to those international carbon credit registry, like these big companies where they have to register and kind of display how much carbon they're throwing out to the world. And if they use below the threshold, whatever that is, then they get to earn carbon credits and they can do whatever they want. They can sell it to other companies and exchange it, for cash. And that's an incentive to improve, to kind of incentivize those companies or manufacturers to use less or to throw out less CO2 into the world, into the atmosphere. And that's one of the incentives. But there's more. Once they decide to, let's say if they were able to kind of use less of the threshold and they have carbon credits, now they can use this platform. And like it says here, project developers then set a sales price informed by real-time data from the platform. And this is like another cool part, which is very similar to like OpenSea NFTs, and that their royalties model means that the project developers receive passive income from any secondary sales of their credits. So again, it's very similar to like OpenSea, where you have in your NFT, and you could set like on OpenSea, you could set a percentage for royalties, whether that's 5%, 10%. You get to kind of decide how much you want to do it. Like you can even bring it up higher than that. But if you do, most people are not going to buy it because it's too high. But anyways, the point is that you can make secondary or passive income pretty much from this. But this is only for those who are are registered with those international CO2 carbon credits registry. Usually those are the big companies, but it's not limited to just that. Let's say business, they can also like exchange carbon credits, sell them to another business person, and they can kind of help each other out that way. But not only that, but also for individuals. Right here, it even shows you a step-by-step how to calculate your footprint. And it tells you everything how this works, and you can actually buy the carbon offsets using crypto or a credit card with minimal fees. And so, I mean, it sounds great and it sounds really good. The only thing is that right now, like it says here, join the waiting list. So we can't really actually see this in action just yet. The same thing goes for everything, actually. The whole website, it says join the waiting list for the project developers. Same thing, you could book a meeting. They're gonna, I guess, explain to you how all this works. You can request beta access. But again, this is something that it looks great. It sounds great on paper. I'm just wondering how this is actually going to work in the real world once this is launched. I hope it does great. But those are the things that I'm kind of questioning about. And yeah, let's hope that this really works out. But pretty much they made a deal. Okay, this is where I'm kind of like thinking is that IMPT made a deal of 50 million euros worth of carbon credits for the next 10 years. But Thallo is not even like launched yet out to the public. So those are just things that we need to keep in mind, okay, between IMPT token and Thallo. Now, one thing that also Mr. Dennis here, the CEO of IMPT token, he didn't really elaborate how exactly is that is going to work with IMPT token or the IMPT platform. So we don't know exactly how IMPT is going to be working with Thallo, considering that he made this contract or this deal of 50 million euros worth of carbon credits. So they haven't really explained how this is going to work out between IMPT token and Thallo. He hasn't really elaborated here in this video, and I wish they could in a separate video kind of give us a little bit more in-depth explanation of how this is actually going to work out. Now, the last updates here in this AMA is that they're planning on probably rebranding their IMPT. So I'm not sure if that means or includes changing the logo or changing the name. I'm not really quite sure. And that the plans is that they're going to be making or investing more on marketing. So they have plans on investing more marketing and possibly or probably rebranding their name. So, but again, he just left it at that. He didn't really went in depth. Elaborate or shed any extra light on that. Is just pretty much saying that more marketing and probably, rebranding their name. But wait, there is one more update. Dennis, the CEO from IMPT Token, he also mentioned that they're going to be in the World Blockchain Summit in Dubai on March 20th and 21st. If you guys remember, they were also on a previous World Blockchain Summit in Bangkok of 2022. I guess it was like around December, so I'm not quite sure. It was towards the end of last year, and which is great. I think this is good. They're bringing more awareness of their project, so that is great. And now they're having another one scheduled until March on the 20th and 21st. Now, I'm going to share with you guys my opinion, my thoughts about what I think about this whole project, the good thing and the bad thing, okay? So the good thing is that it looks like they're moving forward towards the right direction, which is great. The bad thing is that I even commented this here, and like I said here in this comment, I said I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that by the time they go to the World Blockchain Summit in Dubai in March 2023, the IMPT token project will become almost obsolete. Between IMPT token since the launch and then until March, like in about 3 months or so from now, there will be at least 50 other pre-sales and perhaps a similar project to IMPT that will offer, quote unquote, a better carbon credit solution using NFTs. But again, I could be wrong. And in the end, only those who understand the game have a 50% chance of making profits. The devs, however, wins 100% of the time. So I just wanted to bring that up with you guys because this is what's happening right now in the current crypto pre-sale marketplace, okay? Not the existing ones that have been there for like a very long time. I'm talking about like, all these pre-sale that show up a lot, okay? If you guys like go check on different exchanges, you always see brand new tokens popping up almost every day or probably every single day. There's a new pre-sale going on. And some they offer, they're combining with games, metaverse, NFTs. But what's going on? If IMPT token, the developers, the owners, the CEO, the people behind this, they don't move quickly with the project, people are going to get bored, they're going to get tired, and they're just going to move on to the next pre-sale. And that is just the bottom line. Most people are not even interested on the project itself. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are still those who are interested on the projects. They still are, they still believe in it. We even see right here in the comments that people are, they're invested on the project. But the reality is that most investors, they're just looking for the next pre-sale, for the next pump, and then they're out. And that's it. They just want to make a quick buck and they're out. They're not really invested much on the actual project itself. They're just mostly focused on the quick pump, and that's it. So pretty much they have to now the developers, they have to bring this value quicker than it was before, because there's so many pre-sales going on. you know, there's so many things that you can invest your money on when it comes to cryptocurrency that, you know, you become kind of, you know, overwhelmed by so many options. And so now the competition is higher. And at the end of the day, like I mentioned here, that, yeah, if you're like a retail investor like you and me right here, that, you know, we like to invest on pre-sales and stuff in crypto, we have to keep in mind that it's pretty much a game going on, like a casino. Okay, it's almost like lottery almost. Okay, that in every pre-sale you can look at the price. Okay, like let me just look at here really quick on the price of IMPT token. So the current price right now is at around 1 cent. Sometimes it'll drop to like 0 or like 0.009. So right below 1 cent, but it seems like it's starting to get a little bit of support on 1 cent. But if we were to compare it of how it was before, it was like at 2 cents. It went as high as like about 2.5 cents. So, you know, it had better days usually when it was launched, but we quickly see this big downfall right here. Like, you know, like a pump and dump pretty much. It had another bull run, but then it couldn't last very long. It just came climbing back down really quick. So what happens is that a lot of investors, not all of them, okay, but a lot of them, you know, many investors, they're just looking for the next pre-sale for that, you know, pump, and then they're out. They quickly sell. But again, not many people know the game. Not many people do this. And so what ends up happening, which is why I mentioned here, is that there's a 50% chance of retailers like you and me to make, you know, money on this, you know, to make profits. But the reality is that whether we win or lose, we pretty much have the risk of losing. There's always that high potential risk of losing. But guess what? The devs, they don't have that risk of losing at all. They always win, regardless if you buy or you sell, it doesn't matter. They make their money upfront on the pre-sale too. Okay, so they win 100% of the time. So those are things that we need to keep in mind when we're investing on pre-sales. And again, this is not financial advice by all means. You should always do your own research and only invest what you're willing to lose. But just remember that, you know, the pretty much the devs, they always win 100% of the time. Well, you know, there's that high probability that we can lose, which is why I always say only invest what you're willing to lose. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to know more about what's really going behind the curtains on the pre-sales, how there's companies making multiple, like even 4 pre-sales in a single year coming from the same devs, the same company, check out this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate all of your support, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.